Okay. Booyah. Okay. Let's do it. We got some suppressors on ES 480 and 349 at 69.52 and a quarter. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, God. Yeah, I would lose my sanity if anything like that ever happened. And I would be going to jail, but I wouldn't regret it. So what did they do with the dude? That's, wow. I'm just glad I don't live in America sometimes. I have zero interest at this time, honestly. Yeah, I would have no, like my daughter can just straight up walk to school with no second thought of anything like that ever happening. No chance. You know, knock on wood, of course, but it's just crazy. Damn. Yeah, it's just like a inside the range last year kind of dealio. Although there was a few end of year like sell-offs where it was pretty toppy at the last days of the year, if I recall. It was 2 years ago, actually. breakfast. Yeah, it's kind of funny how the food pyramid's all wrong. Right, like they don't know what LDL and HDL is back then. They just figure out cholesterol's bad. Did you ever get your roof fixed? Like, how was that? It was pretty good. Sorry, let me turn this down. Hold up. Sorry, say that again. My wife's my wife's mom lives in the same complex as us on a different floor, so I basically store it in her empty rooms up there. But yeah, I have all the place for storage. I have my mask sitting right next to me on a head mount. Because my son actually thinks that the archiver guy, like I don't, you know, it's kind of like Santa Claus. Like I'm like, yeah, it works. He's real, you know. But so he thinks he's sleeping or whatever, that he's powered down. It's giving me an idea for the what do you call it? The second iterations. Like he's in pieces and you gotta piece them together or something like that. And then maybe have the bad archiver guy, like the judge that's one of the AGIs that's coming back to stop him, basically like broke him apart, and you gotta like fight you gotta level it up and fight the bad AI. And I'll get another costume for that or something. I mean, it's one of the things that the trading money allowed me to afford was, you know, that project. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to get that ridiculous mask. Wait, what? Everything. Because... I have the CRT monitor that I used for that event, like next to me too, that's hooked up to the game right now. That'd be cool. Yeah, I bought some like samples for the Access virus that were like dystopic tech, like, you know, just artificial, like sounds. I made like a background music for the room, for the boss room. That was fun. Yeah, I want to make like a animation about it that's for kids, kind of like not too scary, but not, you know, too childish either. There was a, what do you call it? Like, there's a good science fiction drama called Continuum. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. But it's like 4 seasons, and it's like they're trying to stop the way they tie reality into, like, it's around 2008 with the, you know, we are the 99% thing, but like the terrorists at the beginning of the season 1 start to become the good guys when you understand their motivation about stopping a corporate America and everything. It's eerily on the nose to what actually happened, you know, a decade or 2 later. But you'll watch it and you'll be like, what happened to the special effects to nowadays TV shows? Because it holds up. But that was kind of where the inspiration, like a little bit of that came from, that, like a person coming from the future that's, you know, not Terminator-esque, but like trying to like self-annihilate by destroying their timeline. Yeah, we gotta go find them. I got my son asleep on me right now. That's why I'm not talking as much as I normally do. My wife's having an end-of-year party with her friends, so she's out for at least another 30 minutes or so. She's probably back now, actually. Here's some movement.
is she back?
Get okay. I can talk normally now. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, now we are back for showtime. But yeah, sorry, I don't know if you caught that, but I was not able to talk openly because my son was sleeping on me, but I got rid of him. So my wife was out at a drinking party with some friends, so she wasn't drinking, she was driving. So she was just having a end of year celebration. So it's straight up diddling in the middle day, looks like. We don't have any significant volume, but that's to be expected. What's up, woke? My cat scratched the shit out of my arm. I was trying to give her some medicine. It's just like, yeah, not gonna happen. There was something, um, some fingerprint of those like 80s action movies that were just so bad, like, Cyborg or like Time Cop or just, some of those what, ninjas. I mean, they have a ninja village relatively near where I live. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. That's where I got this like ninja star. I won throwing actual ninja stars. I won it. They do have like ninja schools though, for sure. They did exist, yeah. Um, I don't know who or where you would find that, but I do know they exist. They have like what do you call it? Like a weird place in Kyoto that I like to go to, which is like a power spot or whatever, but it's like where Reiki started. But they have a lot of weird spots that have like a odd history with like mysticism and stuff like that. I mean, they got 1,000 year history, so they have a bunch of spots that you're like, what is this place again? And there's magnets don't work here, and what? You know, it's like, yeah, it's definitely got rich culture. Like a this. Yeah, they don't know how to say th, so it sounds like this or like a this. But you didn't. We are open. Like a this. Yeah, we pulled up in that initial open pop to 444 buyers, and we're rejecting potentially at 720 for the volume point of control, but we'll see. kind of around BWAP. Hitting some sellers at 7:15. Some more sellers at 698. What is ES up to? How's it going to handle the 700s? Is it going to break through? Is the value area low as well? The seller's getting acceptance, it looks like. They just hit another 85 lot seller at 687. And if it comes below 687, it should accelerate. It would have no reason not to if it goes below that. Otherwise, see you tomorrow, or maybe. I think, yeah. Yep. So it hit a 92 lot buyer at 700 and a 80 lot at 705, and then rejected off it. So that could be a FU candle to stop out and then continue. But seeing is believing. Another 72 buyer at 696 just entered. Buyer absorption candidate number 3. It's really not breaking through, though. I'm kind of annoyed with this. Even though the trade is in profit, I just want to see it lock in 100 ticks at least. We were so close when it went to the 85 zone. Just needed to get to 83, and it didn't. So here we go. Now we're trailing. Got our stop trailing in profit aggressively and stopped out. Okay, too fast to even. Bing. So that was 110. That's a qualifying day. Oops. What? And that's all we need. I submitted a payout request for Apex, and on the 23rd, it got approved today. I think they were updating their system because I got an email about their end of year changes, and it looks like they're going to have like more comprehensive and end of day checks so that they don't need to have so long of a approval. but either way, it got approved. So that should be nice by the end of the week, I think. Oh, by the way, we can give out some free Apex evals if you guys are keen. If you guys go to yesterday's live stream and drop a comment, and yeah, that'll enter you, and we'll draw it in the next 15 minutos or so, depending on how many enter. This looks like it could rip to the downside some more, but we're out. A little bit too choppy, repainty, or everything. Fun haver. It's idiot boxy. Idiot box. That's why I was doing 3 micros. Well, there's just too many like oscillations with no conviction to one side, but you can see a clear read, but you need a wider stop. So it was like 100 tick stop. I nearly got stopped out. I saw the pop up into like 444 buy side here, and then reject off of the previous day VWAP. And then when it created those inflection point 280 sellers, and then it didn't go above that, I took the 708 fade. But yeah, I was taking it in the beginning here with a little bit of drawdown, but it took too long to accelerate. But that's why I was for this week and the week prior, I was switching to micros. There was that one trade I took that was a two minis, but that was because it was like a low hanging fruit, undeniable in my book anyway. And then it was like, wow, that just insta recovered. That's why I take profit. Just grab 380 and buy side with that pop up, insta pop. Nice. Good job, greatest nothing. So if anyone wants an Apex eval giveaway, just enter yourself by commenting on yesterday's live stream. Let's go ahead and find it. We got two people entered. So we'll, regardless of the number, we'll draw it at a certain time. So if there's like 4 people, then a 1 in 4 chance. So far, we got a 50% chance. Wow, it hit like that volume imbalance on TO's chart and then just popped off it. Oh my goodness. Hopefully somebody got the long or the acceptance back into value area low. This is probably going to squeeze some shorts. Short squeeze. Using their liquidity as fuel to the upside. You got a 268 buy side pop followed by 184. So it's not huge volume, but it's you know, it's basically like a London Asia type play where you're looking at like 100 lots and 80 lots, things like that. Like it's some big deal. That's why I'm sized 2 micros because, or 3 micros because it's, you know, no reason to be, unless it's like a super easy low hanging fruit. But looks like now you got some resting orders at, what is that? 760, 780. Yeah, you got a few 60 lots up at 765. You got a 500 spoofer, 587 spoofer on ES at 69.58. Once again, if you want a chance at a free Apex eval, go ahead and drop a comment on yesterday's video. Currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people entered, so we got 1 in 6 chance. Oops. Okay, we're at the top of the range. So idiot boxing to continue makes sense here. Russian roulette. Yeah. What's up, Alex Jacobs? AJ, right? I would imagine in the chat Discord. Nice. If I had to guess, I would say it's going to go for that. So we'll just do this, you know, little animation to suggest where it's going. For those resting orders up above. Slingshot to the upside for 500, Alex. We're right around settlement too. Settlement's at 739.75, and we're above it. So the 739.75 is right around the value area high. So a kiss off the value area high, engineered some sell side, and now you're going to get that slingshot idea. Follow through on ES to the resting liquidity, that 580 spoofer that maybe might be somebody who wants to get executed. Boom. They hit it. They hit that 600 lot on ES. Yes, the little guppies. The retail. It's a retail button on my stream deck. But the slingshot. We're reaching the top of a range. It can come off now. All right, so a couple more minutes to enter for that eval. Got a bunch of sellers here too. Peeling off the top. Another 500 lot on ES at 6961. Sometimes it's easier to telegraph when you look at ES's DOM. Yes. Level 2 for the win. Footprints is executions. The depth of market with bookmap is level 2, just order book. So you can see if they remove it in ahead of time, like whether it gets executed or not, it'll appear on the footprint. You can get all of that in ATOS, but I run it on parallels on Mac. So as you can see, no OpenGL, so I can't do what bookmap does here. So that's my reason for bookmap, but yeah, I don't regret it. It's both are good for their own purpose. I like the color heat map on settings on, like my settings on here. Let me just share the settings for that. Oops, heat map settings, configuration. Where is that? There is a settings for manage plugins. No. Oh, okay. Got to right click. Here you go. If you want to screenshot the heat map settings for bookmap, here they are. I have like no smoothing, and I have a cutoff for the lower and the upper, so it keeps it between 60 and like 100, just shy of 100 contracts for the heat. For NQ, that's nice because you can see the resting orders better that way. I think if I right click on ES, there's a different one, so let me do that. No, it's the same. Wow, hitting some sell side here. And we are at the hourly close. We're coming back possibly to the settlement at 739.75. It's also the value area high. That second spoofer on ES is causing the dip. Let's go see what the comment total is at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 in 8 chance. So let's go ahead and do it. Comment selector. Copy clean link. Put it here. No, I just use a toss and bookmap and trading view. Here's trade. All right, so let's see how it goes. All right, drum roll. 8 comments, pick a winner. It goes to AJ Jacobs. Thanks for all the great call outs. Nice, nice, nice. Congratulations to AJ. Shoot me a message after the stream's over or anytime's cool. Congrats. We'll do it again tomorrow to end off the year with another one. So you can leave a comment on today's video when we end it, and then we can, yeah, it'll enter you for tomorrow. So we'll just see what this does for the next few minutes. Whether the spoofer gets attacked a second time, they fill the 500 lot here. Are they going to get the second one, or let's just see how it develops for the next few minutes. We're back at settlement. Nice, nice, nice. Oops. There's a whole node being established here at the value area high. You have high resistance to break back in, so getting like a double tap, possibly pushing up here would make sense if you come above this seller at 740 and their partner in crime at 753. Just a bigger slingshot. Also settlement here. Ooh, the spoofer went down. They moved their 500 lot down to 69.57 on ES. So they're trying to apply pressure to the short to continue. Generally, the spoofer puts their order opposite of where they want it to go. So it's like somebody pushing down if it's above, and then somebody pushing up if it's below. I don't know why. I just historically see that to be true. I'm guessing it's like a raise, you know, like they call a bluff and they raise you and they're like, I raise you 500 contracts. Can you meet me? And then if they can't, then it turns into a flush. It's all like poker, like, you know, telegraphing one thing and then doing the opposite, like rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. And then that's why you have the whales, because the whales, like, you know, they sit and patiently get their fill and then they push it up based off of that. They get the aggressive stop outs to get their passive order in. But a lot of times ES has the spoofer when NQ does not. So if we go switch here to NQ, there's nothing really noteworthy, just 20 lots, 10 lots. So it's not really anything you can use other than this resting order down at 600 or 850. Like these ones that have been there a while. So that's why we switch back and forth on the depth of market. Okay. It happens on NQ too. Like sometimes I'll see like 1,000 lot or some 400 lot or whatever. It's you know, and sometimes you'll see them in tandem. But you see this 476 over here, like that's I don't think they intend to get executed, even though the first one did get executed over here. They're using it as suppression. Another seller entered here. Some 70 lot. You could get seller fatigue if it comes back above 740. That would be seller fatigue. First indication at 734. ES technically back at VWAP. Ooh, you got the 400 lot spoofer on NQ as well. Speaking of tandem, there you go. So you got a guy at 747. And you see, like, they generally appear and then the price goes opposite, like they're pushing it down, like submerging it. So it's just historically, like, if you see a huge lot like that, they're generally in control. Oops. But it could be that they're trying to get a passive fill and then they'll remove it. And then that's when the price starts to gravitate back because they're like, okay, got our fill here. But either way, the direction they want when they're present is opposite. We'll just stay until the 15-minute candle close and then we'll bid you adieu. We came right through all of that range and ripped right down to the value area low. Interesting. Oh no. Crashing is not fun. That happened to me with Rhythmic the other day. We're going to close down Ninja Trader now. All right, Ninja Trader's closed. How much higher did it go than the high? Hold up. We went up to previous week mid and then rejected off the previous week mid. Hold up. So we came up to a range from, okay. So it was like a giant FU to continue then. comes up on 710, you could be coming above a seller 100 lot at 710. But on that note, I gotta check on my cat. Yes, that is momentummaster.info for more about that. It's a little pet project a long time ago that brought me into my volumetric cloud was very similar to what Tio had with his nebula. That's how I came across him originally. This whole nebula bearish retest. Yeah, kind of fractal looking formula. On that note, I will bid you adieu and see you guys tomorrow. Congratulations to AJ and stay frugal, stay blessed.